Hey everyone, and welcome to Breakfast and Uni Advice with me. I know so many people have started university over the past few weeks, and I know you guys love my student videos, so I thought I'd make a video sharing my tips. I asked you all on Instagram if you had any specific questions, so I'll be answering those as well as talking about some topics I already had in mind. We're going to be talking about feeling lonely, managing spending, nights out, and meeting your type of people. Just making myself a quick breakfast here with yogurt, fruit, peanut butter and an oat milk coffee. Feeling very bougie, but we love. If you're new here, I'm in my third year at Bath Uni and currently on placement in London. Hope you enjoy and make sure to subscribe for more uni content. Made myself a yogurt and fruit bowl. I usually have granola in it, but I've run out, which is very disappointing. But I'll probably have like a second breakfast later because this is more like a snack. And of course my little oat milk coffee. So I was actually thinking of turning this into a series called maybe like Food for Thought or something. I feel like that's a really unoriginal name, but I did search it in YouTube and it doesn't look like anyone else has done that. But yeah, I was thinking a series of videos where I like eat a certain food or drink and then talk about a subject. Someone said, I haven't met my people yet and I'm worried I never will. This was actually such a common topic. Like a lot of people were saying that they're like not sure when they're going to meet their friends, or like they're just not sure if the people they've met so far will be like their best friends or something. And honestly, don't worry about this at the start. The best advice I have is, one, throw yourself into so much stuff at uni, like sports, societies, like talk to your course mates, talk to your flatmates, so that you've got like loads of groups of friends that are like all separate, so that then you can like basically have choice. My best friends at uni, I actually wasn't that good friends with them at the start of first year. I only became good friends with them like towards the end of first year, and then I lived with them in second year, and now they're my best friends. I think in first year, really, I can't think of like a best friend that I have. There wasn't enough time really to like make that connection as a best friend. So yeah, like I would say maybe I didn't have any best friends in first year, so don't worry about that at all. But because I put myself out there in so many things, like I really made an effort with my flatmates, and then I did things like cheer, so like I made friends in different areas, so I had a lot of friends. I've actually decided that yogurt and peanut butter is actually not really the best combo, like it's a bit strange. Just remember that as time goes on, you will form stronger connections. Don't be scared to initiate a conversation. You could ask someone if they want to go into the city and just like have a look around. Or you could say like, oh, I'm going to do a food shop, does anyone want to come with me? For people on your course, you could message saying like, oh, like I'm not sure where to go for the lecture, like do you want to meet here and then go together or something? I feel like the start of first year is such a unique time in your life where like everyone is in the same boat, and like everyone wants to make friends and everyone wants to have the best time. So like someone has to initiate like those conversations and connections. So like don't be scared for it to be you, because people will really appreciate that. And I guarantee that the other person will be thinking like, oh, thank God they asked me, because I would have been too scared or something. Another important thing to note is sometimes you will have to compromise. Like you're not gonna connect on a deep level with everyone that you meet at uni. So like if you've got a group of course mates or a group of flatmates that like you're not entirely sure about, like just make the effort to be friends with them and like compromise a bit, and like even if they're not your type of people, because you might end up really liking them in the end. I'm actually friends with quite a lot of people that are not like me at all, but we get on so well, and if I'd have just like thought, oh, they're not like me, I won't make the effort with them, then I would have lost out on so many valuable friendships. Should I take first year seriously? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I did not at all. Like I really did not put the effort in first year, and that is a bit of a regret of mine, only because it can put you behind a bit like when you go into the next year. Don't be dropping all your plans for uni work, because I think the social time is so valuable. If you're going for a placement year, then you need to like try a little bit in first year. Well, a little bit, like more than a little bit, because when you apply to placements they'll look at your first year uni grade. How to manage your spending. Meal prepping is one of the best things that I did, so I actually don't mind eating the same thing every day for a whole week. So yeah, I just bought the ingredients for one type of lunch, one type of breakfast, one type of dinner, and then made the same thing, or like cooked a batch of something for dinner and then reheated it. So that keeps the cost down so much. Also, because I don't eat animal products, like meat, fish can be quite expensive, so that kept the cost down. Pre-drink lots so that you don't have to buy as many drinks when you're out. I did that. In first year, I pretty much only went clubbing, not out for drinks, if that makes sense. So like, I wouldn't go to a cocktail bar and have drinks all night because that's really expensive, but I would just go clubbing, and then when you're like dancing and like talking to people, then you don't have to like have as many drinks because you're not like sat down the whole night. Another thing that saved me loads of money is becoming interested in sustainability, because when you try and be sustainable, you can't buy as much, because obviously it's like there's loads of things you can buy that's bad for the environment, like clothes and everything. So if you like learn a lot about sustainability and decide to care about it, then you probably will spend less money because you won't be buying like fast fashion and everything. Check on uni days and student beans for student discount on everything. How do you manage your time at uni, especially with all your other commitments? Well, the short answer is I didn't. I literally was so bad at this in first year. I would literally spend every day just kind of like sat in bed like watching Netflix, and then every night going out. So I was terrible. But second year, I got my shit together a lot more. Making a weekly schedule for yourself is so useful. So just like set aside time to do everything. For example, if you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week at the same time on those 3 days or something. You could even set certain hours for doing uni work, for example like 9 to 5, although like 9 to 5 every day is quite a lot for uni in my opinion, but yeah, you could do something like that. Just like work between certain hours of the day, and then you know that after 5 o'clock or whatever you're not doing any work. I think this is really hard at uni because it's almost like it's never ending. Whereas like, for example, I'm working full time at the moment, and I know that every day at 5 o'clock I don't have to think about anything to do with work. Whereas uni, it's kind of like always in the back of your head, which is so annoying. Another thing that I do is work off of momentum and inspiration. So say if I've had a 2-hour lecture, but I'm actually feeling like really good after that lecture and kind of like inspired and enjoying it, even though maybe like the day after I've got nothing on, I've got a full day to work, I'm still going to do the uni work straight after that 2-hour lecture, because it's all about like taking advantage of when you've got that motivation. Equally, when I'm feeling really inspired to do YouTube, then maybe I'll just have a whole day of filming and editing, because there's really no point sitting at your desk saying that you're going to do uni work, but actually there's so many things running through your mind, like I want to do this, I want to do that, I need to watch that. You might as well just do what you want to do, and then as soon as you got the motivation for uni work, just do a full day of it, like really like bash it out. I think the easiest key to time management is a routine. So make yourself a routine, get up at the same time every day, go to the gym at the same time, start work at the same time, and just stick to it. Like there's really no secret to motivation, you just have to start. You just have to start. Would you recommend getting a job in first year? Only if you need to. Like I said, it's just such a valuable time for like social stuff, and say if you have a job, maybe you'll work 1 or 2 weekend days, or in the week, I don't know. You will end up sacrificing a lot to go to work. Obviously I know that like not everyone's lucky enough to have the choice whether to. If you can, either don't, or get like a flexible job that's almost like either a side hustle, something you can do online, something you can do whenever you're free. Or like, for example, when I was in first year, I did a ticket rep job where you like sell tickets for nights out, and that took like no time at all, and I got like probably like £20 a week from it, which is not a lot, but at the same time like my food shop was £20, so that like paid for my food. How to get over feeling guilty about not doing enough uni work. I hate to break it to you, but you are going to feel this for the entire 3 or 4 years that you're at uni. Literally all you can do is set time limits for yourself and say I'm not working more than this many hours a day or something. Also, I don't know if they do this for every course, but on my course every week they gave us the recommended reading. Usually it would be, this is what you need to read, and this is the the optional reading. So as long as you've done like the compulsory bit and like any homework question type things that you've been given. Do you have any regrets from first year? A few people asked this actually. I think my main regret is not making enough friends on my course, because I would always come into the lecture like a couple of minutes late, so I would like kind of run to the lecture by myself. I would just kind of like come in and find a seat near the back. And also because my course was so big, like over 300 people, it was a bit intimidating to make friends, because it's mainly boys. Also because of like the stereotype of like the types of boys that study an economics degree is like not my kind of people, and there are people that are like that. So yeah, it's a bit hard to like know who to make friends with. Basically, I don't have many friends on my course at all. Also, I was speaking to my boyfriend about this, and he said that you mainly make your good course friends in second year, because you don't live on campus. Everyone goes to campus for the day, and then between lectures you have to like hang around and like go to the library and study and stuff, and that's when you hang out with your course mates. Whereas in first year you kind of just like go back to your flat after the lecture. And then obviously in my second year it was Corona, so we didn't go to campus and like had to hang around between lectures and stuff. So basically, yeah, I just wish I'd have made more friends on my course and like put myself out there more and like tried to make some good friends on my course, because I don't really feel like I have any. And also I just realised recently that when you have graduation, it's only with your course. So like, who am I going to talk to at graduation? Like, obviously that's a while away, but do you know what I mean? It's just a bit like, yeah. How to deal with feeling lonely at uni. This is so normal. I know that a lot of people were asking like, did I feel like this when I first went to uni? To be honest, I didn't personally, just because in first year I loved spending time by myself. Like, because I was socialising so much, it was really nice to just go in my room and watch Netflix and reset. But yeah, I think at the start I did kind of like, I was having fun socialising, and then when I would go into my room and it was just me, I was thinking like, this is kind of strange, like everyone here, like I don't know them, like they're strangers, and I'm just living with a bunch of strangers, like everyone I've never met before, which is really weird. So I did have some of those thoughts at the start. The best thing to do is just make an effort with everyone, make an effort to like kind of spend time outside of your room. Loads of people will sit in the hallway and chat all day and all night. When someone's making dinner, you could go sit in the kitchen and chat to them. Just like surround yourself with people, and if you're still feeling lonely, like you can always FaceTime your home friends, FaceTime your family. Also try and find things in common with people, or like you might come across someone that's like from the same area as you, and I think relating to people is what makes you feel less lonely. Someone asked tips for a vegetarian sharing the kitchen with a few non-vegetarians. Just like keep all your stuff separate. Usually people are so like cool and respectful about that sort of thing, especially vegetarian, like that's really normal. I found that it was useful to like kind of make a joke of it so that like people feel a bit more comfortable, and just kind of like keep your utensils like to yourself, and just you can say to people like, oh, like just let you know I'm not gonna share utensils if that's alright, just because of like vegetarian. And like no one's gonna think that's weird. Like no one is gonna think that's weird, so don't worry. That is all the main questions, but I'm gonna go over a couple of points that I wanted to say anyway. First one, don't go for your flatmates. I didn't do this, by the way, but I've heard that it's just like awkward if you like, you know, go for your flatmates and then like something happens. It's just, yeah. Also, if you don't get along with someone or not really taking to someone in your flat, just don't pick any fights or like talk behind their back or like kind of spread stuff about people, because it always gets back to them and it just causes like unnecessary drama. And for the people you're living with, you just want it to be like good vibes, like go out together, have fun, even if you don't vibe with everyone. Keep up with your uni work, because it's really hard to catch up if you fall behind. They go really fast during the lectures, and if you miss one, you'll have missed like 5 topics or something. So even if you're super hungover or whatever, you really don't want to go, just attend the lecture and try and write notes or whatever, and just try and have some clue of what's going on. Try and take care of yourself a bit and like eat a bit healthy, because obviously most people do like drink a lot at uni and it's going to be like really hard on your body. I got ill a few times in first year, so yeah, try and take care of yourself and like eat well and everything. But I saw a TikTok video about how at uni drinking is a personality trait, and it's obviously so true. Like, there's a huge drinking culture at uni, and I never really like realised this because I'm like kind of like part of it. But if you're not a drinker, don't worry at all, because there are actually loads of things that people do that either like no one drinks at it, or like you could easily go to it without drinking. We would go into town loads just for like a walk, or to look around the shops, or for a food shop, or go for a coffee. And in Bath there's like so much amazing nature, so we would go on like, what's it called, like the Skyline Walk or something. No, not the Skyline Walk, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like where Sham Castle is. Obviously like you could still go clubbing without drinking, and yeah, there's like events on. And the last thing I want to talk about is all about kind of like dating, like seeing people at uni, maybe like going back with people after nights out, that sort of thing. And I think the main thing that you need to know is like trust your intuition, and like make sure you use your intuition about people. It's just important to remember that obviously at uni you're not in your little bubble of your hometown anymore. Like, you're exposed to so many more people, and unfortunately there are going to be like one or two people, or more than one or two, that don't have the best intentions and are potentially like, you could get into a dangerous situation. So say if someone's like asking you out, or asking you to come back to theirs, or asking you to come to an after party at this specific place, or you know, like there's going to be loads of things like that. Just make sure you like really think to yourself, like, what vibe am I getting here? Because it can be tempting to like just go into any one of those situations. Maybe like that person is like really popular or really good looking, or if you're not getting a good vibe about someone, then definitely listen to that. And also something that I know from like speaking to so many people about this is like, obviously there's a whole thing at uni of like, if you're going into uni single and like getting with loads of people, and if that doesn't come naturally to you, then don't do it. Because if you have to question something, then it's probably a no. Like, if you're not sure, then it's a no. And I think it's so easy to feel like you should be like putting yourself out there and like dating those people and like doing all this stuff, because like there is such a culture of it at uni. But like, you definitely don't have to. Only do that if it comes naturally to you, and if you kind of like have no hesitation about it. And the very last thing, I just thought of this, don't be afraid to say no to plans. I am such a like yes person, and I actually want to change that about myself, because I say yes to every social plan, and sometimes it is just too much, and I spend so much money on it and so much time, and sometimes you just need time to yourself, or time to do your work, or time to relax. So don't be afraid to say no, because those plans will always be there. Clubs are always going to be there for you to go to, bars are always going to be there. There's always going to be events on, like dinner places to go. There's going to be a million opportunities for you over the years that you're at uni, so don't be afraid to say no if you don't want to go to something. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was useful, and I hope everyone's having the best time at uni. I'm so excited for everyone, and to be honest, it's getting me excited to go back to uni next year for my final year. Like, I'm actually missing it a bit, but yeah. Anyway, have the best time and good luck to everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!